Sir, I don't understand.
That's glaringly apparent.
I can't fail this class.
Oh, don't sell yourself short, Mr. Coates. I truly believe that you can.
Every year at Barton Academy, students, faculty, and staff depart the campus for a 2-week winter break. But there are always an unfortunate few who have nowhere to go for the holidays. They're known as the holdovers.
Mr. Hunnam.
Hello, Mary.
I had you guys stuck with babysitting duty this year. How'd you manage that?
You know, he used to be a student, right? Yeah, that's why he knows how to inflict maximum pain on us.
I thought all the Nazis were hiding in Argentina.
Stifle it, Tully.
You just earned yourself a detention, sir.
Being here with you is already one big detention.
Son of a bitch, that's another detention. Do you think I want to be babysitting you? No, I was praying your mother would pick up the phone or your father would arrive in a helicopter or a flying saucer.
My father's
to take you
dead.
You don't tell a boy that's been left behind at Christmas that nobody wants him? What's wrong with you?
There's nobody here, okay? You stay out of my way, and I'll stay out of yours.
Let me sleep.
Now, most of the kids dislike you, pretty much hate you. Teachers, too. You know that, right?
I find the world a bitter and complicated place, and it seems to feel the same way about me. I think you and I have this in common.
I don't think I've ever had a real family Christmas like this before.
Thank you, Mary.
You're welcome.
History is not simply the study of the past, it is an explanation of the present.
See, when you say it that way and throw in some pornography, it's a lot easier to understand.
I'd like to propose a toast to my two unlikely companions.
Are you trying to lick down my shirt?
No.
Yes.
You're gonna get me fired.
This is your Rubicon.
Do not cross
The Rubicon.
The holdovers.
Let me sleep in the slumber of the morning. There's nowhere I need to be, and my dreams.
There's nothing new in human experience. Every generation thinks it invented debauchery or suffering or rebellion, but man's every impulse and appetite for the disgusting to the sublime probably has a podcast about it. And today, this podcast is getting into the Christmas spirit as it talks about the 2023 modern classic, and I'm ready to say that already after only seeing it once, The Holdovers. And much like in that movie where an unlikely trio form a sort of family, I'm part of another unlikely trio of podcasting heroes. First up is a boy too dumb to pour piss out of a boot, a genuine troglodyte. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
My little friend Chris, and I switched it to Chris. My little friend Chris doesn't even make sense. It was going to be you, dickface, but you're the next one.
Okay.
Christopher, how are you doing this evening? Merry Christmas. And what are you drinking?
Doing well, Michael. I am drinking Wicked Hazy, Sam Adams Wicked Hazy for this New England, this very New England Christmas movie, which I immediately loved after first seeing, and can't wait to talk about. Well, what are you drinking, Mike?
I'm drinking iced coffee. I totally blew it. Wait, hold on. Dave's got a joke. Wait, everyone stay back. He's talking into his phone, so his microphone sucks. So we all have to be quiet so we can hear what he says and go.
Good, so cool. Keep going, Mikey. Keep going. Keep your introduction going.
Next up, I've known you since you were a boy.
Your mind is accessible.
So I think I have the requisite experience and insight to avert that you always have been and always will be a dickhead in human form. There's I change it for you. Dickhead, what are you drinking tonight, dickhead?
I'm drinking Miller High Life because that's what I bought.
Oh, are you really the champagne of beers?
That's excellent.
Yes, guys.
Excellent.
Guys.
Mikey, did you actually know that was the champagne of beers? Did you?
Yes, I knew it was.
Okay, good.
I think I've heard that before. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He just likes to eat decor.
Okay, he's done.
Good.
You really bring a lot. I finally saw the movie. And it's one of those things where I'm going, I should have watched earlier, but I didn't matter because it wasn't like I was avoiding it. I knew we were going to do it eventually. I knew I was going to sit down and watch it. And halfway through, I'm like, this is one of those movies where if it was just on, you just sit there and you're stuck with it. Like if it's on TNT, years from now, and you flip by, it's like, oh, going to watch this for the next half an hour. It was so New England. And I loved that it was in so many parts of New England that they didn't have to change anything except put it through a few cars in. It looks the same as it did back in 1970.
Okay, but let me ask you, you did start watching this last year, if I'm not mistaken.
That was this year.
Stopped watching it.
It was
halfway
this year.
Through and didn't go back to it until just recently. How's that?
I'll tell you how it's possible, fuckface. If you must know, you need an explanation. So we were on an airplane and we only made it about halfway through and there were problems with our earbuds. So we'll watch it another time. And we never went back to it. And I kept saying, well, I'm going to wait for my wife to watch it. She's like, oh yeah, we got to watch it. We got to watch it. It never happened. And I said, fuck it. I'm going to finally watch it for the podcast. For you, dickhead, I'm watching it. So now you got your explanation. You can write it in your little Mikey journal and we can move on and enjoy the movie we're talking about. Merry Christmas, dickface.
For someone who loved this movie so much, you gotta wait.
This holiday spirit is just
love the
heartwarming.
movie. I love the movie after I watched it. I couldn't love it before. I know you'd call all the time. You'd be so angry. You're like, why can't you share this joy with me? You're my soulmate. Bee bee boo bee boo. We're finally here. I finally watched it. Yes, Christopher. Merry Christmas.
I want you to get into the Christmas spirit.
Oh, I'm in it.
And ignore that little troglodyte.
I looked up a troglodyte. It's like a man who lives in a cave. I was like, that's him.
This Philistine, I heard him muttering. By the way, okay, let me let you introduce the movie and everything.
Yes, from 2023. I didn't change the top. It still says Platoon.
Oh,
I'm getting over a cold.
Platoon.
He's a fetid layabout. My God, hurry up and get this going.
God, you can almost read.
It's
The Holdovers from 2023, written by David Hemmingson and directed by Alexander Payne. And I'm pretty sure this is the first Alexander Payne movie I've ever seen.
It is. What? Oh, I thought you were going to say that we've done.
No,
you've never seen Election. It doesn't surprise me, but it's fantastic.
Never saw Sideways. And then there's a few others in there. There's like,
Election is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So he didn't write. This is one of his first movies that I think maybe it's his first movie that he directed that he didn't write. But it was a great script, obviously.
He had an idea.
Did you say who was starring in? Yeah. Let me let you finish that.
I only the big hitters: Paul Giamatti, Divine Joy Randolph, and unknown first time ever acting Dominic Sessa, first time ever on screen. Incredibly casted. It's got a 97% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, 92% audience score. It's a Metacritic of 82. Dave's having conversations elsewhere in the world. It had a $15 million budget. Didn't make a big splash at the box office. Only 20 in the US, 45 completely globally. And in the 2024 Academy Awards, it was nominated for Best Picture, Best Performance by an Actor in the Leading Role, Best Performance by an Actress in the Supporting Role, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Achievement in Editing. It was a big year for movies. Oppenheimer pretty much cleaned up a ton of movies.
Which we can agree. Well, I don't know if we can agree. I mean, The Holdovers was fantastic, but I think Oppenheimer should have won Best Picture.
Yeah, I loved Oppenheimer, but I love this. I enjoyed this more, if that's a weird way to say. This was so much. And yes, the winner, Divine Joy Randolph, did win for Best Actress.
She was incredible.
In a supporting role. She was incredible. It was just perfectly casted. As the movie started, I think I did. When I say halfway through, I was not halfway through. I think I ended where the kids were talking about the guy's son bringing his helicopter down. They're walking through the snow. So I expected this to be pretty much a group of kids the entire time. And I love that they got rid of the rest of them. And that's how it ended up focusing on these
Kuntz.
three.
What a character Kuntz is. That kid, the little shithead, that Dunham, Paul Hunnam. He just mocks him. It's awesome.
Douche, and it reminds me of every douchebaggy kid that went to my old prep school. Who got away with what they wanted to because they could, because their parents would allow it. So
they killed this kid.
Yeah, this kid sucked.
So it did remind me of kids we went to high school with. Yeah.
He did. What was good? It wasn't all like the really rich kid and his dad, it wasn't all stereotypical or predictable, because you would have thought like the real rich kid was going to be a dick. That kid was very nice, right?
Yeah.
He was, and his dad obviously.
They brought all the kids with them to go skiing. Yeah.
Yeah, but for a quarterback, he couldn't really throw the ball. I mean, he had that one little toss. It was like
better than Giamatti. Better than Giamatti. I love Giamatti's athletic prowess in this movie. So, first of all, Mikey, you had mentioned the setting. It was all filmed in New England towns, in different New England schools, and it actually was during a blizzard. There was a blizzard in one.
They said
I think it was Fairhaven.
So excited that they got snow,
which is down here.
Nice.
There was one a lot of scenes shot in Fairhaven, and then there was the scenes in Boston, which was great. We got the Orpheum in there.
Quick thought, Paul Giamatti, you think he'd throw a football better based on who his dad is? But no.
Because he's you mean a baseball commissioner?
Oh fuck! Was Bart Giamatti the baseball commissioner? Damn it! Never mind.
Idiot! You're just an idiot. Go back to eating your fucking.
Wait, what was he? I don't even remember. Yeah, like wait.
Oh my God, Chris, don't cover for this stupidness.
No, I don't even remember.
No, it's too late. I tried to make it.
Yeah, he was. Joke. No, he was baseball.
Whatever.
But the point was he was supposed to be extremely unathletic. So. What I wanted to go over was, I was thinking of this today. Giamatti, his best performance in my eyes, just highly entertaining, but one of the most likable assholes. The guy's an asshole.
He's an asshole.
Right? They all think he's an asshole.
He's definitely
so. But I was thinking, like, who are the all like trying to think of an all-time
likable
asshole list, and I didn't come up with that many, because you can't think of like Tony Stark or something. I'm talking about like people that haven't done anything. You know what I mean? He's an asshole, but
hold on. Is he really an asshole though?
He is. He's probably an asshole. But you know what I mean?
Hard ass to the kids. He looks down on just about.
He's kind of an asshole. I mean, he enjoys failing all these kids.
I think he looks at people that are
he's a great teacher too.
I also think he looks at people that are privileged as.
Yes, of course. Well, I'm not saying he's always wrong. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying he's kind of, it's. I say that in a lovingly, likable. He's likable. He's just kind of an asshole. The only other one I thought of was Llewyn Davis.
No,
he was a
he is an asshole, and you like him, right?
You're rooting for him.
What about Walter Matthau's character in Bad News Bears?
Buttermaker?
Yeah, that's a good one. He's kind of an asshole.
Yeah. Likable asshole, though. Buttermaker.
He certainly is. He certainly is. We might do that sometimes. But anyways, I was just trying to think of that. So, by the way, the road, you could watch it was like when they went on the road, it was like a buddy road trip movie when they went to Boston. But just I love the always argue.
Three movies, beginning, middle, and end, completely all different.
And I kept expecting for there to be more conflict, or here comes the thing where they have to deal. And there was a little bit of that at the end, with having to go visit the dad and the
right.
But it, for the most part, it was just kind of a
right. It was like a small, not huge stakes until he, at the end, he ultimately lost his job. But it was a throwback to the 70s, like dramedies, they say, with the tone and the style.
Even the card, the credits at the beginning, the rating, everything.
The 70s stuff was great. Yeah. And it had a great 70s soundtrack.
I'm
going to remember this.
Great fucking score.
Yeah.
Yes, soundtrack and the score.
And I mean, we've
Mikey,
gone
explain
this far
the difference
without
to him
talking
again.
About
what did you say?
I said, explain the difference between the soundtrack and the score again.
The score was the fucking music on the background. That's what I liked. That's the fucking score, Chris. Is it not? Or am I wrong?
That is the score that aren't actually songs like they had Cat Stevens and stuff. I was saying but the soundtrack was like great, more notable in this, right?
And there were some modern songs mixed in there. Definitely that song they played at the beginning, right? Wasn't that a song written for the movie? I thought.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not even sure.
We've gone this far. And we haven't talked about The Eye. The Eye.
Yes.
It was his idea. It was a semi-clear contact lens that he would wear, and it took me a while to realize. I'm like, which eye? It keeps throwing me off
because they switched it.
They switched it every other scene they would.
Did you know that, Dave?
Not till today.
Yeah, it was because you wouldn't like. Grace was asking when we watched it. I watched with the family.
It threw it off. It threw you off of what they were doing. Like, what a silly concept.
Yeah.
Switch the eye.
You looked that up, Mikey, today. Did you notice it when you were watching the movie?
To absolutely notice it when I watched it.
I don't think you did.
Well, that's
you do kind of like because you think it's on the left,
Because I'm watching one eye. Go, wait, like, was I looking? Was he in the mirror? What's going on? It definitely. I absolutely. Dave can't even admit like he doesn't want me to have anything. He's just
no. I still like
me. He just wants me in the kitchen making him dinner.
After like fucking watching half of it last year and then pausing for the rest.
Oh my god, it's still the same year, dummy. 2024 this year.
Listen, I on the other hand watched it last year before Christmas and I got hooked immediately.
Yeah. And you called me today and told me you took a ton of notes and you were ready to go off on certain things, and I'm ready to hear it.
Yeah, I've been throwing them in there the whole time.
He put them in a what did Hunnam write? He wanted to write not a whole book.
Oh, a
monogram.
Monochrome.
Monogram.
Yeah.
Monogram.
I think I forget what the verbiage is.
So let's get into the Christmas aspect of this, because we immediately all agreed, because it takes place during it's obviously got the New England winter scene and it takes place during Christmas, but goes after Christmas, obviously, like the climax, the denouement and the climax are after Christmas. You know what I mean? A lot of the stuff happens after Christmas, but but it immediately goes into the Christmas rotation, which is great. But I forgot my point, but
that he's a drunk.
That he's
clearly a drunk.
Oh, he definitely is. When the kid says it's not even 11, he's like whispering. I think it was the rich kid, and he's like, "It's not even 11. He's already drunk."
I like that you learn, because even the main kid, he's a bit of a dick too. He's very defensive.
I'm gonna murder this guy.
And you just kind of see them, all of them, kind of, softening with each other, but they never, the way that Giamatti would be to I can't even think of the kid's name, or the way they were Angus and vice versa. But when they were with Mary, they were always like respectful and nice.
She had some great lines. So she said, "That little asshole, you gotta take care of that little asshole and stuff." I have some great quotes written down. I'm sure David knows them offhand too. The
favorite quote. How about this quote of the movie? What's your favorite?
I would say it's the Christ on a crutch. What kind of fascist hash house is this place? And are you running here? And the lady's face is like,
yeah, what's that?
That's our signature dessert, Cherry's Jubilee.
That sounds great.
Bring the young vandal here, Cherry's Jubilee.
Well, I'm afraid I can't. The dish contains brandy. Same deal with the bananas Foster.
Yeah, but doesn't the alcohol just burn off?
It's still against the rules, ma'am.
Fine. I'll order the Cherry's Jubilee. We can share it.
I can't allow that either.
Can we say it's his birthday?
It's my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, young man. Let's get you a slice of cake or some other age-appropriate dessert.
Christ on a crutch. What kind of a fascist hash foundry are you running here?
Goes from smiling at him.
Oh, with the Cherry's Jubilee?
Yes. Every exclamation he made was, like, son of a bitch. That's another detention after what's his name was running away.
I mean, the way he exclaims or yells has been, he's classic for that. It's great.
Definitely.
I think the one that hits home to me the most.
Yeah.
So it's not even so much funny. It's like, it's more like a realistic quote, really. It's like when he says,
Mr. Kuntz, for most people, life is like a henhouse ladder, shitty and short. You were born lucky. Maybe someday you entitled little degenerates will appreciate that. If you don't, I feel sorry for you. And we will have failed to do our jobs. Now, eat.
Short and shitty is so true. For like a lot of people, it isn't, especially this time of year where people get, down in the dumps at Christmas. That was just such a quote. And such a great scene too, because that just shows you like the fucking privilege that some of these pricks have. Even though the basics of human decency says she lost her son, be nice to her. This fucker is like, well, they can't fire her now.
And
like,
oh yeah, he screams it.
And he gets so mad.
Am I the only one? It is her job. I was like, what a little dick.
Yeah, but
he's just a little asshole. He with the burned face. He flew through. You just like Icarus. You flew too close to the sun. He does this, and the kid looks at him like, I'm so confused, and he like smiles and nods like, exactly. I know you don't get it. When he goes, I can't fail this class.
And I like that
don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, I like that he and
such
Angus
his glory
had a little they had like a little nod, like they have a relationship now.
Yeah, you know what? Let me bang out the plot, then we'll talk about some of those best scenes. Let me get on my JC glasses. Okay, here we go. 1970. Curmudgeon Paul Hunnam, teacher at Barton Academy, an all-male New England boarding school, is despised by his students and fellow teachers for a strict grading and stubborn personality. Because he flunked a major donor's son, he's punished by being forced to supervise 5 students left on campus during the holiday break, including Angus Tully, whose mother canceled the family trip to St. Kitts to honeymoon with her new husband. Also staying back is the head of the cafeteria, Mary Lamb, whose son attended Barton and recently died in Vietnam after being drafted. Hunnam forces the boys to study and exercise, but after 6 days, one of the boys' wealthy father lets the boys come on their family ski trip with their parents' permission, which Angus is the only one unable to get. Hunnam and Angus butt heads, which leads to Angus running through the halls, ends up dislocating his shoulder.
When he jumped off that pommel horse or whatever, and you think he lands, and then he just lets out this actual scream.
Don't even think about it, Mr. Tully. You are a hair's breadth from suspension. I'll wash my hands of you. You hear me? Wash my hands. Stop right there. You know the gym is strictly off limits. This is your Rubicon. Do not cross the Rubicon. Alea jacta est.
Hurry up! Hurry! I am hurrying! Screaming, and then Paul Giamatti, Hunnam is so doesn't know what to do. He's like freaking out when he's driving him, and he's like, "It's your fault." And then he says, "I told you I washed my hands of you." And then he's like, "I was being metaphorical." And he goes, "I obviously didn't think you meant you were washing your hands." It was great. By the way,
that shoulder, that freaked me out.
For someone that dislocated their shoulder 3 times, that pain was accurate, and they put it back in like that.
Does
guy
it go away?
They did.
Once they put it back in, does it?
That's the only thing that wasn't accurate. He screamed when they put it in, like he's Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon.
That's
that's
my
the
only
worst
reference.
part. That does not. It's immediate relief.
Oh,
so it's like.
So
yeah.
can we pause on that for a second though?
Yep.
The actor who played Angus, first role ever, fucking what amazing job.
Yeah,
he's great. He was so good in this movie.
Was it the school they were doing auditions and someone suggested, like one of the kids, someone suggested him or something?
Giamatti claims he takes credit for actually recommending him to Alex Payne.
It was
Alex Payne.
Alexander Payne. His friends call him Alex.
We're close. We're tight.
And when Giamatti's like, "You're a hair's breadth," right before he jumped, "You're a hair's breadth from detention," I could still hear my teachers fucking saying shit like that to me in high school. Like, just
seeing him run after him was hilarious.
He does a cartwheel.
Yeah.
Very fucking
okay.
sweet.
So Angus lies to the doctors to protect Hunnam. That scene was actually kind of nice when he's like, "My dad," pretending he's his dad. So the two encounter Barton's secretary on their way back, Lydia Crane, who invites them to a Christmas Eve party, which doesn't go well. When Mary gets drunk and Hunnam finds out Lydia has a boyfriend. Feeling bad, Hunnam arranges a small Christmas party, but Angus wants to go to Boston, which Mary convinces Hunnam to do as a field trip.
None of us is here because he wants to be. So if there's any way that I could make the holidays a little cheerier for either one of you, just say the word.
Okay. I want to go to Boston.
Boston? Why?
Why not? I want a real Christmas. I want to go ice skating. I want to see a real Christmas tree with real ornaments, not that stupid thing.
You said it was nice.
It is nice.
Come on, let's get out of here. I want a real holiday.
We're not going to Boston. It's out of the question.
You told the boy anything, so take the kid to Boston.
Mary, we're not allowed to leave campus or the immediate environs. But I suppose we could call it a field trip.
They drop Mary off to visit her pregnant sister in Roxbury and spend time in Boston. They encounter an old classmate of Paul's,
and a prostitute,
where he lies about, and the candy cane prostitute, right? where he lies about his career, which leads him to tell Angus he got expelled from Harvard after a false plagiarism charge and hitting the kid with his car.
There was an incident when I was at Harvard with my roommate.
And?
He accused me of copying from his senior thesis, plagiarizing.
Well, did you?
No, he stole from me. The blue-blooded prick's family had allies on the faculty. I mean, their last name is on a library, for Christ's sake. So he accused me in order to sanitize his treachery, and they threw me out.
Hey, so you got kicked out of Harvard for cheating?
No, I got kicked out of Harvard for hitting him.
You hit him? What, like punched him out?
Nope, I hit him with a car.
You got kicked out of Harvard for hitting a guy with a car?
By accident. Pint of Jim Beam, please. But he broke 3 ribs, which was technically his fault because he shouldn't have been in the road. $2, please. Also, he shot himself, which was the greater indignity.
The old Barton headmaster took pity on him and offered him a teaching job. By the way, that was one of the best line deliveries after prostitute, when he's like, you've never had sex.
Believe it or not, Mr. Tully, there was a time when the fire in my loins burned white hot.
You're full of shit.
No, the details would curl your toes.
Okay, we're finally getting to the good stuff. Let's hear.
Maybe when you're 18. Curl your toes!
The details would curl your toes, and then he yells, curl your toes! It's great. After going to the movies, Angus tries to, what did they see? Did you notice?
It was
when he started saying how accurate it was. Yeah, it was Little Big Man.
Okay, geez, very accurate.
After going to the movies, Angus tries to sneak off to see his father, which he confesses isn't really who he confesses it really isn't dead, but is in a psychiatric hospital. Following the unsuccessful visit, Angus, who takes medicine for his depression, is worried he will become like his father. Hunnam confronts him and tells him he is not his father. In January, during school, Hunnam is summoned to Woodrup, the headmaster's office, where Angus's mother and stepfather are.
Goddamn Tate Donovan.
Tate Donovan. Jennifer Aniston's old beau, right?
I think so, yes.
That's
I just
crazy.
remember from Space Camp a million years ago.
They are angry at Angus that Angus is not supposed to visit his father. They find his snow globe, which proves he was there, which led to a violent outburst by the father. They want to send him to a military academy, but Hunnam takes the blame, convinces him it was all his idea, and it ends up with Angus staying and Hunnam being fired.
It was my idea. No, he didn't trick me or slip the leash. I took him to see his father. In fact, I convinced him to do so.
This is a family matter, and you had no right to interfere.
I don't give a shit. Hunnam. I said I don't give a shit. You two were unreachable. He was all alone at Christmas. I thought the kid should see his father.
Do you understand what you've done? I have to move Tom now. It was hard even finding a facility that would take him, and now I have to move him.
And that is deeply unfortunate, but Why compound the misery by ruining the boy? I have just spent 2 solid weeks with him. He is a pain in the ass, sure, but he's also very smart. Brilliant, I don't know, but very smart. You must know that. He's got enormous potential. It would be devastating if you pulled him out now.
You did this to yourself, Hunnam, not me. I want you to remember that.
Hardy, I have known you since you were a boy. So I think I have the requisite experience and insight to aver that you are and always have been penis cancer in human form.
Hunnam and Angus say goodbye on good terms, and Hunnam drives away.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Look, I don't know what you said to my mom and Stanley and Woodruff, but all I know is I'm not getting kicked out. And you got fired.
Well, I just told the truth. Mostly.
Barton man.
Barton man. Fifth period.
You know, it's only PE. Maybe I could skip. We could head over the winning ticket. Grab a burger and a beer.
Ah, Miller High Life, no doubt. You never give up, do you?
Well, they already fired you, so I figured it was worth a shot.
Your logic is flawless, but, no. Keep your head up, all right? You can do this.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you the same thing.
See ya.
See ya.
Drinks from the bottle of expensive cognac he stole from Woodruff's
I
office
didn't even
and spits
catch
it out
that's
towards
what
the school.
that he took that
Oh, yeah.
bottle from the beginning. Oh,
Yeah, it's good
spits it out.
stuff.
Oh,
I loved it. He was like condescending to the headmaster, even in that beginning scene.
Thank you again for doing this, Hunnam. I wouldn't have asked if it weren't an emergency.
Oh, Mr. Endicott's mother, right. What a tragedy.
It's not as though you had plans to leave campus anyway. And of course, there's a nice little bonus in it for you.
Well, non nobis solum nati sumus, I suppose. Not for ourselves alone are we born.
I'm guessing that's Cicero.
Cicero, yes. Very good, Hardy. You remembered.
I loved how he was always talking about the Romans, and he's like, when Angus is like, it's 15 degrees out, he's like, and the Romans bathe naked in the freezing Tiber. He's such a
I do love with the headmaster at the beginning, just like, I'm not gonna, we don't pass people just because their names are in a library.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, have a little decent, just smarten up. I mean, it was a senator or something.
That's the one he called the true troglodyte, right?
Yes. Yes. Oh, it was great. He had some great lines.
That word
what are
sticks
the
with,
lines?
stuck with me, though.
How about when he's at the movies and he's saying, "This is actually a real depiction of, this," and then someone goes, "Shh!" He goes, "Fuck off."
He does. He yells.
Like, he's just randomly, or when he was at the bar, like thinking those two guys, the drunk Santa and bartender, he starts like very amused at himself talking about the true origins of Santa and how they should be wearing a toga and sandals.
Excuse me. Here's something I bet you didn't know. Your uniform, festive as it is historically inaccurate. Saint Nicholas of Myra was actually a 4th century Greek bishop from what is now Turkey. So a robe and sandals would be closer to the mark. But I guess that would be impractical given the weather and all the silly but lucrative mythology about Santa and elves and reindeer and chimneys and whatnot. What can you do? As Democritus said, o cosmos eliosis, o vios hypolipsis. World is decay, life is perception.
Like thinking they would give a shit. It was just kind of funny.
And I love the little nod to Candlepin Bowling. They don't say Candlepin.
Oh yes, New England.
They just talk about the people with the 10-pin bowling coming in.
Yeah.
One of my little favorite scenes is not like it's not even like I don't know. I guess it's not a lot of words in it. Is when Angus starts exploring the school by himself when they're all like sleeping, like just they show him going here, there, eating ice cream, drinking wine from the fucking priest room or whatever.
That was awesome.
Taking a sip, then like, okay, I'll have more. Like just, and then going to the church and seeing Mary there, like together and just nodding at each other.
Yeah, they don't. She doesn't report him or anything.
That was good stuff. I like their little Christmas, their little dinner too.
Thank you, Mary. That was just lovely.
Oh, is that an actual compliment?
Oh, come on.
You know, I don't think I've ever had a real family Christmas like this before. Christmas dinner, I mean, family style. Out of the oven, all the trimmings. My mom always just orders in from Delmonico's.
Well, she's got the right idea. Next year, I'm ordering from Delmonico's.
Anyway, thank you, Mary.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
It's like I never had a dinner together. My mother always orders from
Delmonico's. Mother, stepfather, what fucking king douche and douchette.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Awful people.
Such disgusting people who literally wanted to send this kid to military school, and obviously
he was a great character. I mean, obviously a great performance, but yeah, his character was funny because he was like a nice to the kid who wet his bed.
Yeah. He's we'll help you the next day,
and that douchey Kurt cunts who says, "What about you, Mr. Moto?" And he's like, "No, that's not my name." And he says to the Asian kid, and then he goes, "What about your rickshaw?" He's like, "What's a rickshaw?"
What's a rickshaw? The kid didn't even know. He's like, what?
He's like, "You're such an asshole."
But I like when he went in to touch the sheets or whatever, he's like, "Oh, yeah, you did."
Yeah, yes, yeah, you did.
It smells like asparagus.
Oh yeah,
yeah, damn asparagus. Yeah,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just little things throughout this movie, just unbelievable.
It is like
very entertaining.
Ultimately, rewatchable, incredibly rewatchable.
Well, the heartbreaking,
heartbreaking
scene is when he's with his dad, and his dad's like, "I gotta do something," and like he really leans in, like something dramatic's gonna happen.
Yeah,
and then he's just,
I have to tell you something. I think they're putting something in my food.
The end scene with him and Hunnam, you know what I mean? Hunnam gets a little choked up.
Yeah, but they just you didn't give hugs or anything like that, just like a manly hand.
Probably because he smells because of the
fish.
Something like it doesn't break down.
Yeah.
But never mind that. He smells from that. The pipe smoke and the constant drinking, his breath, like getting near him. I picture like old relatives, like in the 70s and 80s, just that constant kind of
this movie makes
smell that's always there.
His constant drinking of whiskey and those Christmas cookies made me so hungry. I pair bourbon and other brown booze with Christmas cookies, and I can't wait to watch this again while I'm eating Christmas cookies.
And I love he's all proud of the Christmas tree he got that's like leaning over. It's like there's no ornaments. Like,
he goes, to that crappy little tree or something. Can we, go to Boston or something?
Now, but here's the thing too. Like, so Giamatti's character, obviously highly intelligent, gets kicked out of Harvard, doesn't do much with his life, doesn't even get a degree. He's teaching without his diploma on the down low. Never leaves the school. His school's the whole life, but yet wants to travel and do all these other things. So him getting fired was almost like, him getting to start living his life. The life that he led.
It was a little Robin Williams-ish, and in Good Will Hunting, although he didn't get fired. Remember, he went to travel at the end. He wanted to do stuff, right?
Yeah. So I mean, this was his one shot of actually going to do stuff. Even Mary says you don't know how to finish a dream, like.
Mm-hmm. You know the Newlywed Game.
Yeah.
Yes, I love the little details like that. He had no idea what the Newlywed Game was, but yeah, no. So she did win the Oscar, deservedly so.
She was great.
It was
but
awesome.
it is, like,
She was
quite,
great.
like, there's just a lot of like heartstrings that get pulled in this movie. Like just the fact that there's such a gap between the super rich and the people that really have to work
she worked
Yeah,
there
well, I mean,
so her son could go to that school. He went to that school. He wants to go to
But
college.
he couldn't get
GI Bill,
deferred,
and that's how
he couldn't get deferred, right? I mean, he got drafted. He couldn't get like the rich kids.
But he said
that was sad. But
his whole silver lining was, look, I can get out of it. Once I get out, I can get out to school on a GI Bill,
right.
And he's in the
that was sad. That was sad. The part with her and her sister.
Yeah.
That was, but you see them
money
having fun and talking, and I like.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like all
right.
It wasn't like all tearjerker. Right. Exactly.
But saving her pennies for her nephew to go to college, like a lot of stuff like that really in this movie. It just brought me back to a lot of to my school, like especially like that fucking terrible press with that all they want really is your money. But anyway,
once you hurt your knee and you can't wrestle anymore, you're out of there. I mean, someone is.
Listen,
not necessarily.
I love Coach A. Everyone else, I can give a fuck about. But that school was tough. But that's how it was. It was a breeding ground for people like that.
Mm-hmm.
It pissed me off. But anyways, I digress.
Sorry.
Mikey loved that school. He loved he liked the all male aspect of it.
I didn't
love the all male aspect of it.
You were there.
Yeah,
you were there until you weren't. The school was fine. I didn't care. I don't have any love for it like a lot of people now. Like, oh, let's give back.
You guys are talking about Phillips Academy, right?
Of course, yeah. We'll just say that. Sure. But this was. Are we ready to
put a pin in it?
Put a pin in it until our next.
No, I guess it would be put a pin in it. It would be to put a bow on it.
Put a bow on it until we hold over.
Very Christmassy
episode.
I think we said all we need to say about this great movie.
Yes,
which highly entertaining.
As they say,
Christmas instant classic, like you said.
Instant classic.
Yes, and as they say, we are dick deep in the Christmas season right now. So
that's a religious phrase.
What? Isn't that a saying? Say what?
I think that was in the Bible.
Your father's saying is dick deep. That's what I was trying to say, Mikey. Right?
Well, that's where I think it takes a while because again, you're using your phone. But next time, we're still going to stay in the Christmas season. We're going to see a movie that I saw on the big screen. One of my co-hosts on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, we went to see this. And I remember laughing and laughing and laughing way more and enjoying it way more than I thought I would. We're going back to 1990.
I don't even know. I think 1991. If there's a movie that starred children, then Mikey has seen it. We don't have to. We don't have to worry about that.
No,
it's 1990. You're right.
1990. A movie about a precocious little boy and two.
You love precocious little boys.
There's a lot to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about. Wet bandits. And I wouldn't be a wet bandit. No way. I wouldn't be a wet bandit or a sticky bandit. That's neither one. Now this is getting gross. Merry Christmas, everybody. Next time we're going to be doing Home
1990 Home Alone.
1990.
Stranger Days your pod, Mike.
Now, listen, I was 13, okay, maybe 14 years old. So I was still young and precocious. Dave was 19 years old when
I
we
certainly
went to
didn't see this in the movies.
Weren't you? You weren't 5 years older than me?
No.
No, you just look it. Boom.
Your brother was there.
I know.
Of course he was.
We went together, the three of us. We laughed and laughed and laughed. And I can't wait to talk about it
This is great. We do have a lot to talk about. We do
Yes.
have some holes to poke in it, but there's a lot of greatness.
I'm not
and
going anywhere.
Great
poking
Christmas
nothing.
movies.
Yes. Oh, classic. Yes.
That too.
What's that? Oh yeah, sad. It pulls at your heartstrings, all that fun stuff. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Until next time, you can follow us on Twitter at @fine_movies, on Instagram at Fine Movies Fine Spirits, and every episode of Fine Movies Fine Spirits is available on YouTube as well at the Fans Not Experts YouTube channel, and you can find every episode at fansnotexperts.com. Dave looks confused. Is he angry or confused? I don't know. I see this face. But that's the face I'm going to be looking at on Christmas Eve, because he's like, please come to my house again. Please come to my house on Christmas Eve. Yeah, you did.
I'll make you stuffing.
I was like, maybe. We'll see.
Your brother doesn't want you.
Extra cranberries.
I said, maybe. We'll see,
Extra
Dave.
cranberries.
I got a lot of irons in the fire. We'll see if we can make it that night.
Now, when you make stuffed mushrooms, do you put cranberries in those too?
No. Okay. First of all, just so
he made
your
stuffed
dad
shrimp last
made
year.
That stuffing. You've been shitting on me, but just so you know, your dad made that stuff. Okay.
Chris, Dave made this shrimp last year that was
I've been
so
shitting
good.
on
He
my
has a lot
dad's
to live up to.
stuffing for years. The poor guy.
So, I didn't make that stuffing. I made the turkey. Did not make the stuffing. But my stuffed mushrooms this week were pretty fucking great.
Wow.
I believe it. Stuffed
Throwing
mushrooms
a
are so
stepdad
good.
under the bus. So sorry, Bob.
He threw him right
Sorry.
into there. I'm going to call him
Bob
right now.
just shut off the podcast and threw his Alexa across the room.
Not to. I'm calling him right after this. Not to.
You better not. You're not going to want to listen
Tell
to
him about
it.
the pod. I'm going to. I have a bone to pick with him about more stuffing. For years he made potato stuffing, and I was like, okay, we have potatoes.
I don't even know potato stuffing. That sounds interesting.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. No pun intended. It's stuffing made with potatoes.
It wasn't there this year, right? Was I wrong with
No,
that?
I don't think he's made that. I think. You see, my brothers, they tend to. They blamed me for berating my dad from making the potato stuffing and not regular stuffing. I mean, you can have both. It's good to have both.
Threw it against
It's all
the
good.
wall.
It's family time. It's holiday time. I am nothing but happy.
Yeah, exactly.
And Mikey, I will be seeing you on your other podcast.
Yes, we'll see you soon. Talking another Christmas Office episode.
Mm-hmm.
That's full in swing. Oh yeah, fansnotexperts.com. That's full in swing right now. We got sitcom All You Faithful. We got Croonies Never Say Die. There's so much going on at the website. Dave just shows up every so
took
often
a turn.
to give us his 2 cents. And it took a turn. I'm promoting.
Yes.
But
No,
until
the
next time,
crew. I don't know what that is, but
it's the
I don't
new
want
Star
to.
Wars show. It's maybe it focuses on kids, whatever. And there's no.
You love to focus on kids, don't you? You fucking. Stick.
I'm precocious. I'm a man child.
You're something.
Please don't.
Oh, you're a perv. Some
Please
people
don't tell anybody. All right, that's it. We're done.
This is quite an episode.
Happy holidays. Are we full in the holiday spirit, everyone? Got the trees up, got everything going?
Of course,
And watching It's a Wonderful Life tonight?
I might watch.
I had to. We just got our tree on Saturday because it's real. So it would. If we got it earlier, it would have died. It would die
real and it's
before
fabulous.
Christmas.
I do like a real tree. Yeah.
I've never had a real tree.
But you know what? Oh,
yeah.
That's time to go.
All right.
See you, gentlemen.
Oh, do we do
Mikey,
it?
do
All
you
right.
close?
All right. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.
Do you forget to say something?
Oh, yeah. Say goodbye, David.
Fuck off.
We talk about great movies while drinking. We talk about great movies while drinking. Yeah, we talk about great movies while drinking. And we feel fine.
Can you hold up the papers?
No.
When you called me
Well,
earlier to
papers.
yell at me, you said you had so many notes.
I did write notes. This movie was smart.
Half of them are pictures.
It's like cave paintings.
The verbiage.
Yeah, the
All right.
verbiage. I love that you said verbiage.
This is for the end, right? Already. Let's get it started so we can talk about it.
Get the fucking pizza pudding out of your fucking teeth, okay?
No pudding. It's a salad, dick face.
Is that going to be the end of the verbiage?
Oh, that's the end right there.
Fans Not Experts.